Hi, welcome to Her Tool Belt. Thanks for tuning in. Today's project is to give a place to organize your cordless tools, especially your drills, and also a place for batteries and different accessories. I'm calling it a cordless drill charge station. And this project is really great for using up scrap pieces of 3/4 inch plywood, or if you have big sheets, you'll need about 1/3 of a sheet of plywood, about 30 inches by 48. I'm going to use a table saw to cut up my plywood, but a circular saw with a straight edge will work just fine too. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut widths. I'm going to do common widths first. So 12.5 inches is going to be my first width cut. Then I'll have 9 1/4 and then about 8.
Now I'm marking for the dog ear cut on the side pieces.
So I set my gauge at 45 and I'll just go along the mark. So now what we need to do is mark the holes where the screws are going to go, and you'll need a countersink bit to drill the holes so that the screw heads are flush. I guess you don't have to have one, it just looks nicer. But one thing we have to do is put the tool holders on before we put this inside the shelf, otherwise we won't be able to fit in there. Okay, so now I'm just going to drill some countersink holes. These ones, ideally, to keep the grain direction going the same as these parts of the holders, you would drill your holes here, but that's not your best strength because you could pop up your layers apart. So even though it doesn't look great, it's best to turn your grain and drill your holes this way.
I used a 1.5 inch hole saw to drill the hole for the plug. Assemble 4 tool holder T's. Use wood glue and center the 2 1/4 inch piece on the long side of the 3 inch piece and secure with screws.
So we'll just line up the centers.
Make alignment marks on the lower shelf to line up the T's. Use wood glue and screws to attach the tool holder T's to the shelf.
Okay, so now this is where all the drills will hang. You can see it slides in nice and easy.
Attach the side tool supports with wood glue and screws. Make sure that the front and bottoms are flush. On the side pieces, measure and mark alignment marks for the upper and lower shelves. Use wood glue and screws to attach the lower and upper shelves to the side. Then attach the back with screws. And repeat for the other side.
Okay, so here's the simple version of the charger, and you could use it like this just fine. And this would be a great shelf for more batteries, extra chargers, whatever. I'm gonna put a power strip up here so I can plug in a bunch of chargers at the same time. And then this hole is for the cord to go out. And you can put the hole on either side, whichever is more convenient for your shop. So next is a drawer. You know, you don't have to make one, but it is a nice little piece. I love to put my drill bits in there, and my little R3 pocket hole jig works great for that. The drawer is really easy to make. There's a bunch of different ways you can make drawers. Normally I'll make a drawer with a dado in the sides, which is just a groove cut out, and I'll use 1/4" plywood in the bottom. For this drawer, I'm just going to try out a different method. It's extremely simple. So you have your side pieces that you're going to attach to your bottom, and I'm just going to use some 3/4" plywood because it just worked out really well with the cut list. So you can either pocket hole the bottom on from underneath, or you can just screw in from the sides into the bottom, and then you'll do the same thing with the front and the back. And you can either pocket hole from the sides into the front and back, so you don't have anything showing, or you can screw in from the front and back here, in here, and then a couple places at the bottom, and then again on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and use the pocket hole jig. It's really easy.
It is easier to clamp the jig, but sometimes I'm too lazy and hold it. I drilled pocket holes for 3/4" material in the drawer side pieces, 2 on each end, and in the drawer bottom. Use wood glue to attach the drawer bottom to a drawer side. Secure with 1 1/4" pocket hole screws. Repeat for the other side. Use wood glue and 1 1/4" pocket hole screws to attach the drawer sides and bottom to the drawer front and again to the back. Mark the center for the drawer handle, drill holes for the screws, and attach the drawer handle to the drawer front. Ideally, it's best to secure the organizer to wall studs. I located the studs in the wall, and I like to use painter's tape to mark the stud locations because it's easy to remove. Use 2 1/4-inch screws through the organizer back into the wall studs. Now if you don't have 5 drills, you can also store other cordless tools upside down in the slots. Thanks so much for watching. I would love it if you could give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Happy building, and see you next time.